Section 11, safety. So here we're obviously going to discuss the important topic of keeping safe and injury free. There are some specific job-specific risks. Obviously, time away from work is not time away from work for the right reason, and it's bad for business and bad for your health. So trying to learn and educate ourselves on the front end is really important. So the first obvious risk is moving and lifting beer kegs. This is challenging because beer kegs, when full, weigh 160 pounds. We require, the US government provides some guidelines on work-related safety issues, and so we want you to please go and review these two, and there's another one coming up, specific pages. I'm not going to go into detail here because I want you to actually go and review those resources on your own, but let's take a quick look and be sure that, of course, in the quiz there's going to be questions on these pieces. So the first page I referenced is here. It's all about delivering beverage, and has some important useful information. Then the second one in here is handling of beer kegs, which is the most risky in terms of lifting because they're sheer weight. Again, we want you to read through all of these pieces here, and again there will be questions on this, so please do that, and then we'll check your understanding. Some additional pieces in addition to what's provided in that website. Try and move kegs as little as possible. Get the help of other people to help you move kegs when you can. Perhaps you can even set the schedule so that you do the kegs at the end. Normally we do it in the beginning, but if they've got a problematic keg room and safety is an issue in that keg room, perhaps we have to prioritize that over when we're counting order, and get help when we can get a bartender to help us. Work proactively with your clients to improve their keg storage practices, which reduce the need to move manual kegs. If their keg room is always really messy with lots of half-barrel kegs stacked on top of each other, the best solution would be to have keg shelving so that we can weigh the kegs that are tapped in situ on their shelves without having to pull them down. Always use the keg handles to lift the kegs. Whenever possible, use a keg check tool to reduce the need to lift kegs. That's only possible, as we know, on half-barrel kegs, but also those are obviously the kegs that cause us the most risk because of their weight. Whenever possible, weigh tapped kegs where they are without moving them. Always lift using your legs, bending as little as possible at the waist. That's covered in more detail as on that government OSHA information. Keep the kegs in your power zone by holding them around the level of your upper thighs. When we're mentioning thighs, if you look at a delivery driver who are obviously very practiced in handling these kegs, they will lift up the keg 3/4 of the way, and there's a little move that they push the keg upwards with their thigh. It's worth learning that technique, I would say. Be sure to stack kegs securely and encourage kegs to use devices which assist with the self-stacking of kegs. Those keg donuts. Never, ever, ever move a keg which is above chest height on your own. It's the high risk of hurting yourself. Select footwear which has steel toe caps and non-slip soles to prevent crushing injuries and slipping injuries. And as always, if you're in doubt, if you're concerned, seek assistance so we can resolve the problem before it becomes a real problem. Another potential risk is accessing hard to reach products. So in order to accurately reach or count liquor inventory, you'll often have to gain access to hard to reach places, creating risk from climbing and reaching. Don't ever climb on things before confirming it's strong enough to support your weight. If in doubt, don't climb. Use step stools and ladders to safely access hard to reach areas. Insist that clients provide a safe means to access all product. Often our requirements to precisely count and do zone counts means having a better level of access, being closer to the product, being able to read labels, being able to pull those labels, not just being able to grab the first bottle in the column. So that's something to consider. And as always, if in doubt, seek assistance. And then finally, we spend a lot of time working in front of our computers. So computer workstation safety is an issue. We have a third OSHA resource on this. This one you need to click through the tabs. So I'm on the home button here, but I want you to read all of this. Then read the section on good working positions. It says that there's not a one solution fits all, but the more you know, the better you'll be able to handle this. Goes into details about different workstation components and how you can do those. Also checklists. So there's a lot of good information there for you. So when you're at when you're working for extended periods of time, it's good to plug your laptop into a second screen. It means that you don't have to look downwards at that small screen. You can have better alignment of your body. Also, take regular breaks. Don't spend hours and hours staring at the computer. Take the opportunity when you can to stand up. Perhaps purchase a standing desk so you can work in different situations. And even just a quick walking around or breaking up periods sitting for long will have benefit. And then, of course, again, if you're having problems, seek assistance, and we'll be happy to help. So those are the important elements of safety that we've identified. Obviously, this is close to our heart because if we ever get injured, we're taking money out of our pocket, money out of the business because we are not able to complete audits, and most of all, it's getting in the way of us, fulfilling our aims of getting through work quickly, being profitable, and being in good fitness and health so we can enjoy our family, friends, and hobbies, which is what it's all about. Thank you for watching. Next up, we're going to look about how to count kegs.